First, you need to install L4D2 authoring tools. You can find it by clicking in the Games section of your Steam library. Then click on Tools and you'll find the authoring tools below the game. Then open two tabs of the File Explorer. In the first one, go to the Game folder. In the second one, go to the Workshop folder. In the first tab of the Game folder, open the Bin folder. Scroll down to the bottom, and you'll find the VPK file. Just click and select it so you don't miss it. Now let's get to the process of how to enable the custom Cyan Crosshair mod and other mods in Versus games. There's a problem with the Crosshair mod. When you use it alone, it will interfere with the HUD, the health bars will be gone, and also the weapon list. You won't be able to see anything. To fix that problem, we're gonna use the mod weapon list plus Cyan.Crosshair to fix that. In my case, I didn't like the Cyan dot, but if you do, then there's no reason to use the small Cyan Crosshair, and you can skip it and add just the other mods. From this point, I'm gonna use the voice of Google Translator to explain this, because I realized that my shitty-ass voice is not understandable at all. First, select the semi-transparent chatbox mod, click and drag it into the VPK file, then drop it. Then you'll check in the tab where the mods are located, that a new folder with the same numbers as the chat box mod was created. What are we gonna do next is change its name to POC01_dir. We already have the chatbox mod. Now we go find the weapon list plus Cyan.Crosshair mod, and do the same process. Click and select the mod file, drag it into the VPK file, and drop it. Again, a new folder with the same name as the mods will be created. Open it, select the two folders inside, copy and paste them inside the folder whose name we changed to POC01_dir. In my case, it asks me to replace some files because I'm a dumbass who put the new HUD mod first, instead of the weapon list mod, but there's no problem, I'll just click on Replace. Now, we should have two mods on the POC01 folder, the chatbox, and the weapon list. Now we go find the new HUD mod, and repeat the process. Click and select, then drag it into the VPK file. Again, repeat the next process. Open the folder of the mod that was created, select all the folders, then copy and paste them in the POC01 folder. Now it will ask you to replace the files with the same name, just click on Replace. Delete the folders of the mods you've already copied in the POC folder so you don't get confused. Now, the process will be the same. The only mods left are the main, in-game menu, and the small Cyan Crosshair. Put the menu mod first, and leave the Crosshair mod at the end. Do it in that order. If it asks you to replace files, do it. With this, the current step is done. I'll take advantage of this moment to tell you that this is the process you need to make for any other mod you want to use on Versus games. Just beware that if two mods are from the same kind, like, they replace the same thing, or at least a part of it, the mod visible in-game will be the last one you've copied in the POC01 folder. Also, make sure that the size of the POC01 folder doesn't exceed the 1 GB size, because if it does, then you won't be able to do the next step. I'll explain the folder size limit, and how to enable all the mods you want in the game at the end, but for now, I'll finish the explanation for the custom crosshair and menu. After you've put the mods in the folder, click and select that folder, and drag it to the VPK file, then drop it. It will now create a mod file, named POC01_dir. Now, go to the game folder, and create a new folder. You can name it whatever you want, just make sure the name doesn't have any spaces in it. In my case, to not forget about the kind of mods I've put in the mod file, I'll name it HUDN menu. After that, open the folder, and move the mod file there. Now go to the L4D2 folder, scroll down, and find the text file named GameInfo, then open it. After that, down the search paths line, the game has the name of the folders it will check when executing the game. So, in order to make the game check the mod file we've created, we make a new code line and put the name of the folder where we have the POC01_dir file there. In my case, it's HUDN menu. And that's all. Now let's open the game because I have to clarify something. As you can see, the menu mod is working. The fonts of the letters have also changed. The console box is also different. Now I'll proceed to explain about the HUD and Crosshair. When clicking on the add-ons option, you'll notice that the mods you've subscribed to have some conflicts between them. They're in red letters. You'll just ignore them all except for the Cyan Crosshair and the weapon list. For these two, you'll let the Cyan Crosshair mod unchecked, which means it'll be deactivated, while the weapon list mod will be left enabled. In this way, it'll work fine in versus games. Now I'll show you. Now, to disable the default crosshair, just type CL_crosshair_alpha0 in the console and there you have it. Everything is working fine now. Now, why did I tell you that the size of the mods folder should not exceed the 1 GB size? Because if it does, it won't create a mod file when you drag it into the VPK file, and they won't be able to be activated in-game. The solution for this is to create another folder and put the other mods you want there, always making sure it doesn't exceed the limit size. In my case, I organized them by the kind of mods they are. Name them whatever you want. Then create a new folder in the game folder and then put each mod file in its respective folder. Remember to change the name of the mod file to POC01_dir. Finally add its name to the game info text file, and that's how you enable mods in versus games.